Well, as a young girl, Deni Roberts was keen to learn the history of the Inter-Dominion following a very astute front-running drive in the first round of heats at Newcastle on Friday night behind Minstrel. Deni is well on her way now towards making Inter-Dominion history. I caught up with Deni following two mud-splattered drives here at Club Menangle. Well, Deni, congratulations on that performance by Minstrel behind the Greg and Skye Bond-trained performer. Lovely way to start your Inter-Dominion campaign.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better start. His performance was unreal. He put really good time on the clock and he got around the track quite well, and there was a few concerns with his gate speed and he got out really well. So he handled the travel and had a pretty nice version of him on Friday.
Comfortable section which allowed you to zip home in 26.7.
Yeah, he got away with it a little breather early, which he's not really used to in his racing. He's always doing the bullocking work. He never really gets time to have a breath. So it was nice to actually be able to showcase the turn of foot he's actually got.
How do you think he'll handle the Menangle straight?
Yeah, I think he'll handle it fine. He's been here once before and I think he's pacing a lot better now. He's definitely way more tractable. So I think a smoother version of him, he should be able to run some pretty nice time.
Tenzing Bromack wasn't disgraced in his heat behind Captain's Knock, finishing midfield only 6.5 metres from the winner.
Yeah, I was quite happy with him. He pulled up quite big after the run and he probably didn't travel over as well, but I think he'll take a lot of benefit from that, and he's a lot more settled in they're out at Luke McCarthy's at the moment, and out there today he seems quite happy in himself. So I think we'll see some improvement from him, but I definitely wasn't disappointed with the run.
You've had the chance to have two drives behind the Mark Callaghan runners here tonight at Menangle. How did you find the track?
Yeah, what I saw of it, I liked it. It was, pretty muddy conditions here tonight. But, nice big track. But I definitely didn't feel lost and it was nice to go out and get my bearings. And, big thanks to Mark for letting me have a go.
Yeah, not the best of conditions, a couple of mud-splattered races.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I still was able to take a bit from it and, that's all you need.
Now, why were you so keen on finding out as much about the Inter-Dominion as you possibly could?
I was always at the races. Mum trained and I was doing the pony trots from young, and it was probably a really big thing back in the day. Probably not as much now, but it is our best race, and I think back then it was just like a little kid's dream. It was I was going around on the ponies, and to be able to go out and get to a race like that was, probably a bit of a dream back then. And, it's pretty great to say that I'm living it now. Yeah,
you had the pony trots, but both your mum and uncle very steeped in harness racing tradition.
Yeah, Mum's, she got me into it from young. We pretty much started at the same time. She got into training and just probably as a hobbyist. She's only had probably 10 to 12 horses throughout her career, and I had about 7 ponies at one chance. So, I had a good background, and she got me naughty ones, got me good ones. So, I learnt a lot from a kid, and probably got bitten by the bug pretty early.
No doubt one of your Inter-Dominion heroes, needless to say, is I'm the Mighty Quinn. In fact, he's a lot of people's Inter-Dominion hero.
Yes, luckily enough to still remember. He was probably just when I was starting to go. He was right at the peak of his career, and got to watch him go around a few times. And everyone tries to refer back to, he's almost as fast as Quinny, but I don't think there'll ever be one that is.
No, he was just superb, and of course trained and driven by Gary Hall Jr. and Senior, and what a combination they made.
Yeah, unbelievable. And I've been lucky enough to drive for Senior, and Junior is quite a good friend of mine, and definitely get a lot of advice from him, and he's helped me through my career quite a lot. I owe quite a bit to him, and he's still there now, even when I get stuck on things. And it always happens. I don't think you ever stop learning, and that's the way I look at it. I don't think you always got to try and better yourself. So I've got a lot to thank to him. He's had so much experience. He's done it all. So it's pretty good to have him in my corner.
Deni, as an 18-year-old, he decided on a career move and a bit of a sea change, moving from the West Coast over here to Sydney.
Yeah, graduated school and took the old infamous gap year, and was going to go to uni, and wasn't really sure on what I wanted to do. I just actually started doing some trials, and I didn't think horses was for me at that point. So yeah, moved over to Sydney with some family and actually worked in a restaurant and worked behind the bar, did something completely different to what I'd ever done before. And I was here for about 6 months, and I started to miss the horses, which I didn't think I would. And yeah, I went back home. I got a job out at a stud farm, and then I, not long after that, kick-started back into trials, and yeah, haven't looked back from there.
Yeah, that move with Bob Fowler at Allwood Park certainly turned your career around.
Yeah, I was actually just working with young horses. I was really interested in breaking in and educating, and I ended up having to take most of them to trials, and then I got probably interested in driving again, and then I've always been quite competitive from a young age, always done so many sports, and it didn't take much for me to start enjoying it again.
So how did the move to Greg and Skye come about?
I was working for a stable, and the foreman, Ryan Warwick, actually approached me. I think he approached my mum actually, and said, you know, is Deni interested in coming working for us? And I actually turned it down, and I wasn't ready. I just started a new job, and probably about 6 months later, Ryan come and chased me down again, and he actually come and confronted me this time, and he caught me at a spot where I was probably ready to move on from where I was, and yeah, I joined them. I think it'll be 5 years in May. I've been with them now, and yeah, best decision.
Well, it's been a good decision. Over 700 career wins and counting, 5 Group 1s.
Yeah, it's unreal. I think I only drove 8 or 10 winners in my first season, and the next few weren't much more than that. And then the last few seasons has been unreal for me. Obviously, getting the opportunity to take over number 1 seed at Greg and Skye's allowed for a lot of opportunity, and it allowed me to get better as a driver and get that experience. And you know, you can be a great driver, but you do need the horsepower to be able to show it. So forever thankful for them, and yeah, it's a bit surreal this last season I've had. 5 Group 1 wins. I was that excited to get my first one, and yeah, I got 3 in 3 weeks, so yeah, pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, the first one was Vegas Strip, but to be able to win the WA Derby and the WA Cup, Christopher Vance and Minstrel respectively, what a big thrill that is, to win 2 of your feature races.
Yeah, the Derby, I was over the moon to win that. I don't know what it is about that race, but I think everyone wants to win one of them, and I was pretty content with that and happy. And then, yeah, the next week come out and take out the Pacing Cup, and I don't think I'll ever top that. That was just an amazing feeling. That horse has been so much to everyone in the stable, especially to Skye. It's her number 1, her little baby, and he's taken us on this amazing ride, and he's taught me so much at that top level as well. So yeah, I think it'll be very hard to top that one.
It's been a wonderful season. Shannon Savolko leads the state with 183, Gary Hall Jr. 162, you're sitting on 160, and you're running second on the Metro table. Yeah,
I've been quite up there. This year we probably haven't had the amount of horses as we had last year. My drives are probably a lot down on what they were, but I've probably had a lot more quality this year as well. So you win some, you lose some, but I think I'm still winning.
Well, Deni, you're certainly a perfect example of someone who dares to dream. You did that with your Inter-Dominion dream, and now you're well on your way to fulfilling it. Good luck throughout the series, and hopefully we may be talking to you on grand final night.
Thank you very much. I hope so.